to give y'all a face. I had to start off day 3 of the hashtag 25 ways you're giving back with the smiles, okay? So 3, I'm giving back by not letting the world turn me into my surroundings. This is a good one. Now, it is, when I tell y'all this, the past 2 weeks have been really intense mentally. I even took a step back from working. I wasn't really doing the podcast that much this week. I wasn't really vlogging. I wasn't really editing. I literally wasn't doing anything but sitting back, writing and just being in my feelings and trying to literally do what number 3 is saying, to not let the world turn me into my surroundings. And it hasn't been easy. I'll tell you that. That's why I had to take a step back, because when you're surrounded by darkness, when you're surrounded by negative energy, when you're surrounded by haters, honestly, when you're surrounded by people who put on a face to make it seem like they're really rooting for you, but like in real life constantly do a lot of other things to try to like diminish you and to try to stop you from achieving your goal, it can take a toll on you. It can take a toll on you mentally. It can take a toll on you spiritually. It can take a toll on you emotionally, okay? And I've really been trying to have conversations with God of like, okay, I know I did a real like joking, like, God, I know you said vengeance is yours. And I had to remind myself this week that vengeance really is the Lord. It is not for you to try to get back at people. It is, and I've had to really fight with myself this week, because there have been times where I'm just like, you know what? I'm fed up. I had enough. I know I could get my revenge right now. And it's just like, but that's not, 1, that's not who you are. 1. 2, it's not for you. Vengeance is the Lord's. 3, why are you going to let these people turn you into somebody that you're not? Why are you going to allow people to turn you into your surroundings? You literally are light. Why would you stoop down spiritually? Because that's what you're doing. Stooping down spiritually to someone else's level. And if you stooping down spiritually, where do you think their spirit is at? If you got to go down and not up. So don't stoop down to literally go toe to toe with the hoe. And I know I just said something about the Lord. And, you know, but it does rhyme. Do not go toe to toe with the hoe. Literally do not. Because my earring fell out. Again, this earring refuses to stay in. It fell out in day 2. But literally it's just like, don't stoop down that low. Don't go there with people, because you're literally diminishing your light. You're messing up your spiritual connection with the Lord. You are stopping your blessings from coming in, because you were trying to put control into your own hands and make somebody hurt the way you're hurt. Because here's the thing though. If you are turning into your surroundings, all you're doing is turning into a hurt person who wants to hurt somebody. And we've all experienced hurt people hurting you. So be different. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to handle your emotions yourself and deal with them yourself, so that way you aren't going into the world and hurting someone else because you're hurt. You aren't hurting somebody else because you are at a low place. Because it's taken a lot of strength. Like, I knew in so many different ways I was strong, but honestly, it wasn't until the last couple of years, the last 2 years, that I've realized, and today, what's today's date? Just so we can time mark it, because we had conversations with the Lord of like, from this point going forward, it's all greatness, okay? It is April 16th, 6:48 p.m. That the last 2 years up until this point have been really hard. And I knew physically I was strong, but I had to show myself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally my strength. And I only found that strength through the Lord, because nothing in my circumstances was uplifting me. The motivation and encouragement didn't start happening until I already showcased that I was strong mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and started getting back into things. And then the motivation and the encouragement started coming from people that I know in my personal life. Y'all been pouring into me. Thank y'all. Because I was able to realize, you know what, there are people out there who care. There are people out there who love me. And I'm going to lean into the Lord, and I'm going to thank the Lord for such an amazing squad that has shown me that they love me. And we're going to work on ourselves, and we're going to get this figured out. And we're going to pull ourselves out of this dark hole, and we're going to press forward. Because when I was down and sad, everybody was okay with that. And that was a turning point for me, because I was like, I'm going to lean into the Lord, and we're going to figure this out, and we're going to work ourselves out of it. It needed to be done. It needed to be done. I had to get myself out of that situation. And the moment I started that, and I started realizing how great God is, and that God really does love me, and that I am worthy, and that there's so much that God wants me to accomplish here on earth, and to just share my story because it can help empower other people. The moment I started realizing the power in that, and with His help, literally bringing myself out of that dark place, I noticed a shift. I noticed a shift in everyone's energy around me, no longer being happy, now actually being angry and sad because I'm happy. Not necessarily because their circumstances were that, but because my circumstances, I was changing my own circumstances mentally. I literally saw a shift. And that's when all my relationships with people low-key started diminishing. People were reaching out and talking this and that, blah, 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 when I was sad. And not necessarily like, hey, just checking on you. Just talking about a bunch of other stuff. But when I started becoming happy, everyone stopped talking to me. And that for me was like, okay, I see how powerful my happiness is if it's literally bothering people that much. So don't let it be yourself being happy just to get back at other people. Be happy because turning into your surroundings in a negative way negatively impacts you more than it does them. They don't care. And honestly, because they don't care, they want to make as many people angry, sad, and depressed as they possibly can. And that's why it's on you to not turn into your surroundings, because you're better than that. You're greater than that. And this is where you really need to understand and realize how important your spirit is, how important your soul is, how important you are, and that you matter, and that you are loved, and that you are cared for, and that you are amazing in every way possible. Really feel that, please, because do not harden. Do not let your heart harden. Don't do it. I really hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I love y'all as always. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for day 4. 25 ways you're giving. All right, y'all. As always, with love, Cookie. Your homework is to write down day 3 of the 25 ways you're giving. Do it now. Okay. See y'all later. Bye.